So here we are at the beach at Seaside, a day with my daughter. This is from almost by the water. They are talking possible thunderstorms tonight, 30-mile-an-hour winds today, and what do they call it? A high marine danger day, I think is what they called it. Sneaker waves, yeah. So here is Seaside. Welcome back to Hippie Bliss Travel. Today, I'm out exploring Seaside kind of with my daughter. She's been interning out there. She's only had a couple weeks left, and I had a Sunday off. It's a rare Sunday off. Usually I work Sundays. And she wasn't interning that day, and so I thought, oh, I'll go spend the day with her. So we went to Uptown Cafe, which is kind of between Seaside and Astoria, and I think it's called Warrington is the town. And when we got there, it was dry within 5 minutes. My daughter's like, turn around, Mom, look out the window. It's raining. And the food was wonderful. And my husband had been there with her. Oh, and this is the art on the ceiling, which I thought was really cool. And they had regular, ketchup. And then they had their own Uptown ketchup in their own bottles. And he always said, oh my God, you just got to try the ketchup. It is so phenomenal. So I'm an onion ring lover. There's the ketchup bottle. And it's like a foodie level ketchup. You can buy a bottle for $7. And when the bottle is empty, you can bring it back and they will refill it for you. I'm sure it's at hopefully it's at a reduced charge than the 7 if you're bringing the bottle back. And then we headed into Seaside. And we thought we'll stop at the aquarium. And it's a small aquarium. It's not real big, but it's got a lot of interesting sea creatures from around the area, and like how the windows are decorated. And yeah, this was in October when I was there, a couple weeks before Halloween. So you'll see they kind of got it kind of decked out for Halloween with some of the stuff. Yes, like the mermaid waiting outside. There was a couple mermaids waiting outside. But yeah, you walk in and there's a little gift shop right by the entrance. And it wasn't, I think it was like $7. It was under $10, I think, to get in per person. And this is just some of the sea life that they have around. Yeah, and as you went from tank to tank, they had different fish. I think I have a crab crawling here coming up. And some of the most beautiful fish you've seen. Some I've never heard of. A lot of them I've never heard of. Oh yeah, here's our crab doing the crab walk. Yeah, most of these are all, the Pacific Northwest stuff that, you find. And there's a lot of like these sea urchins, and you always think of it as a plant. I always do instead of an animal. I don't know why. swam and
Oh yeah. Poor thing.
as you can hear in the background noise, it was quite busy, but it wasn't really crowded. Yeah, there's plenty of room to move around. And it only took, we were there, between a half hour, 45 minutes, and we saw the whole thing. And we took our time. So I go to film the fish, and he swims off. You coming back? There you are. The black turban snail, is that? I'm wondering if that is.
I think.
That could be it.
I was more interested in the shark.
And they had some handheld exhibits where you could reach in and touch some of the, if it was starfish, but they had somebody from the aquarium there observing what you're doing and talking with you. And yeah, you could see there's had the little mini skeletons in the tanks with the fish for Halloween. But it was very educational, and yeah, this is where you could reach in and touch some of the stuff. And this one too. And another Halloween skeleton. And an interesting fact coming up, they had this picture in the 1920s. This used to be a natatorium, which a warmed saltwater pool. And this is a picture of the lifeguards. And if you keep reading it, it was that fountain that they're standing in is one of the tanks that some of the fish are now on. And then when you go back up by the entrance as you come in, they have the sea lions, which is kind of what the aquarium is known for. Here they are swimming, and the entrance, you could buy, like, it was for $1, a little, some food to feed the sea lions. And they try to get your attention. You hear them clapping, like, hey, I'm over here, I'm over here. And then you throw them some food. But the aquarium does say they do get fed on a regular basis, so this is not their only food. They're just trying to show off for you. Yeah, after we were done at the aquarium, we went back out on the beach. Yeah, we walked out on the beach and it was sunny before we went into the aquarium. Now this time you can see some of the clouds are rolling in. They were expecting some rain, some nasty winds today. So here we are by the boardwalk. And daughter's feeling raindrops. I haven't felt them yet, but that looks like a nice storm heading our way, maybe. A little blue sky this way. But here we are at Seaside again. Still. Yeah, they do have public restrooms and showers. You can rinse your feet off right before you go back up the stairs to the sidewalk. And the statue here is the end of the trail for the Lewis and Clark statue. It's kind of like a little roundabout at the end of cars just come around and turn around. They can't park down there. But then we just walked around downtown, some of the local shops. There is a coffee shop my daughter had been looking for that some of her former coworkers said, "Oh, if you're in Seaside, make sure you go here." And this is the coffee shop she found. Now, this was on a Sunday. Now, if this would have been in the summertime, everything would be open, all the shops. But since it's not the height of the tourist season, not everything was open on Sunday. A lot of stuff was closed. Yeah, this river kind of is east of the old school downtown. And you see it here. Well, a few weeks, maybe 3, 4 weeks later, my daughter called and they had king tides in and an atmospheric pressure dumping a lot of rain. And like the hospital that said lost power for a minute or so while the generator kicked in. And but that river with the king tides, it was just about to, the water was just up to the bottom of those bridges. Don't go. It's creeping closer. I think I'm going to wrap up the video now. Thank you for hanging out with my daughter and I with the day hanging out in Seaside with her. Thank you for watching Hippie Bliss Travel. If you made it to the end, give us a like and a subscribe. And I hope to see you next week. Bye.